This is my review of The Candidate. The Candidate is a 1972 American political comedy drama and a very boring movie. Now, what terrifies me about a movie like The Candidate is that my dissatisfaction with it stems from my modern and impatient standards of film composition. Will every movie I adore be buried in complete irrelevance in 50 years' time? To avoid this, I will tear the movie apart not with my own bare hands, but with the accomplishments of its contemporaries in the early 1970s and before. The fundamental issue with The Candidate is its ordinary nature. It is realistic to a fault. I can give this story credit for refraining from romanticizing the political realm, but I won't give it credit for being worth my time. If I wanted to be dispassionately irritated, I could just turn on the news. This movie started strong in its characterization of Bill McKay as a charismatic child woefully unprepared to inherit the fight of his father. He lost these qualities almost immediately, and they were replaced with others that failed to make McKay sympathetically relatable. Instead of the loose cannon we were promised early on, we were left with a submissive pawn who did what others told him. Take a note from The Godfather on bold character development. Make me hate or love the main character, not feel indifferent. I expected McKay to be clever in his political delivery at the end of the movie, but the writers didn't bother. McKay has nothing to say besides, "Here I am," and somehow that's all he needed. The plot threads in this movie were dull and lacking subtlety. To quote a famous story writing expression, "Is this the most interesting time in the character's life? If not, why aren't we seeing that?" The first hour of the movie is one noisy event after the next until they become meaningless. I want to be shown the quiet in-between struggles of political leadership, not a reiteration of the perspective I already know. To note also, the scene where Mr. Comeover says to McKay, "I'm having an affair with your wife," is insultingly ham-handed. Observe the good, the bad, and the ugly with its unspoken characterization. Let the audience reach their own conclusions instead of handing it to them as if they were children. The cinematography in this movie is elementary compared to modern day, but uncompetitive at best compared to other movies of the time. If you think an over-the-shoulder shot is right for every scene, you're wrong. Just because it's appropriate in the context of the story doesn't mean it's compelling. The low-angle shot of Crocker Jarman that signified power, motion blur that signified McKay's sickness, and the fixed final shot in the hotel room. These are the slim pickings in a barren wasteland of cinematography. The fact that this movie was nominated for Best Sound makes me violently ill. The audio was criminally horrendous, providing zero music to enhance the dramatic nature of scenes, and providing me with a headache from the constant noise. Noise can be used successfully as a technique of demonstrating the inner conflict of a character, but having it play continuously is just punishing your audience. The Candidate is a sampling of the engorged political battlefield that we inhabit in the present. It fails to capture the extraordinary among the ordinary. Its artistic techniques have been dulled by the passage of time, and its perspective has nothing new to offer. With confidence, I vote that both Bill McKay and The Candidate should be forgotten from the collective conscience of society. There are better souvenirs from the 1970s. Thank you.